What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
I'm Brian.
Today, we're going to determine our top rye whiskey of 2024. We've got 5 glasses ahead of us here. If you are not familiar with our list, we're going to put a card up here for you to check that out. Watch that before you watch this. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. I love rye whiskey. And,
we had some really good ryes this year.
Yeah.
We put a shelfer in here. I think it's going to perform well.
Yeah.
And some of these others are just phenomenal. I'm just newly into the rye world, but I'm getting some of those tasting elements. I just love.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of. It's a transition. It takes a while to move over to rye. Not everybody does it overnight. Sure. Sometimes bourbon drinkers just never transition,
which is okay.
So, yeah. But I have now, and I'm on the dark side.
Yeah. And 2024 realistically has been a great year for ryes. I know I'm not going to go on a tangent here really long because I want to get to all of this, but 2024 has been a really good year for ryes. I remember, like 10 years ago. Was probably when I first had my first taste of rye whiskey. It was a Jack Daniel's, just 80 proof rye that I really liked. And you would go around and look for other ryes, and there's kind of wouldn't be there. So
nobody had it.
Yeah, it's super cool that just 10 years later, there's so many offerings and 5 really good ones that we've got in front of us. Now let's get right to it. Starting with glass A right here. Rye spice.
A little rye spice. It's got a good nose.
Yeah. Good.
There's a little licorice, not overwhelming.
Just a touch, kind of towards the back part of the nose.
A little mossy, little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's good.
So, I gotta do mine.
Yeah. Let's do our research here, our vetting here.
And we did ABC.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of oak with that one either.
That one has a lot of oak.
Yeah, a lot of oak.
A little mossy. Oh my, that's.
I like B's nose
I
better.
like B's nose a lot better.
And A was good. But
yeah, and so my scoring system that I try to use is stops at a 5.
Yeah.
I started with a 4, and I think this is better. I was like, oh my,
this is a 4.2.
Yeah, I might have to be careful here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got a good...
really good character, too.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think that beat it, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to go with C here.
It's a little funkier.
Falls flat when compared to B. Like you said, a little bit of funk there.
I get the spice, a little bit of a burn, and a little... But it's got a funky element.
It doesn't appear to be too hot to me. But
oh man, that's a little bit of licorice.
That good bubblegum note hadn't come out for me yet. That's what I usually like in rye.
Well, I think you might get it on this one.
Yeah, a little touch there. Still not better than.
No, it's not better than B. But that's a good nose, though. It's better than C.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better than A. I think it's comparable.
Probably even.
Yeah, I'm ranking these all pretty high though. That's
actually A is just a touch better. There's a little bit more of that bubble gum has come out in A.
Yeah.
Although sometimes whenever I say bubble gum, you say licorice, so those are kind of related in a sense. All right, so let's go with E here.
Ooh, that one feels.
A
little muted. It's definitely a little
grainier.
Little oak funk, maybe. Not much going on there as compared to the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate that a 2.
Yeah, that's probably the lower of the.
All right. Well,
got nothing to smell.
Yeah. Let's start over. Let's go ahead and.
I gotta go. Oh, we gotta go to.
Yeah, let's go to the palate. Let's get glass A. Go to the palate here.
Going on there. Get a maple. I get a.
This is a lot better than the bourbon. Bourbon blind we did already. Wow.
That was so.
That's-
I always talk about Rye's being an explosion,
Uh-huh.
and I can't talk my way through it very well, but that's got the explosion that
I just
I refer to.
goes through every inch of the palate
Mm-hmm.
and bursts up with great rye spice, bit of sweetness, some caramel there, almost like peanut brittle. You know, I know Christmassy time right now. Maybe that's why I'm thinking that. But
That's good. Yeah.
let's try B here. Give it a sniff and a taste. That's a little bit more. That's got way more of the peanut brittle
Yeah.
flavor that I'm talking about. Not necessarily nutty. Maybe a touch.
Kind of.
That's,
Yeah. It's kind
I
of
really like that palate.
It's got a mini, like a mint.
There's a little. I think I know what that is. That's got a really good chocolate note to it.
It does have a chocolate note too. I mean, I was thinking like a chocolate mint.
Like an Andes mint kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to. You know what? A, phenomenal palate. B, geez, right there. And the nose. When you factor in the nose on B,
Mm-hmm.
man,
Right now I have them
dead heat.
tied.
yeah.
Okay, see, back to the kind of a funky nose.
Yeah.
So let's see what the palate does.
Not as rich.
Yeah, no, it's younger. It's
Not as much proof to it.
I would say it's a lower proof, and I'm guessing this is falling victim to just going up against some heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm. I like your numbering system. I'm adopting that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. All right. With glass D, a little nose and a taste.
Sure, that nose is good.
So that one, when I'm now comparing this one to A and B, the palate falls a little bit more flat compared to those, just because there's so much going on.
Mm-hmm. I like the kick.
Yeah.
It's starting to kick up later with that spice.
It's good.
It's really
good.
I think I know what this one is.
Okay. I don't think I know what this one is.
As bad as it sounds, I think I know what all of them are. But so how wrong am I going to be? I'm sure I'm going to miss them all.
One thing I've learned, we started this channel in March, is that Brian is way better at guessing. Brian has a better nose, and Brian has a better palate than I do. I've learned all of that this year. So I'll trust you.
God, I don't know where to put that one. I got to put it.
I think that one is a little bit better than C, but not entirely. This one smells like green bean casserole. Ooh, that's good. That palate's good. I feel like I know what that is. I think I know what that is.
Well, it's good, but it's confusing me a little bit.
So now I think I can, by process of elimination, I might be able to know what these are. So for me, I'm just going to cut to the chase here, and I'm going to put C out first and D out second. And now this is a.
Okay.
I know we haven't gone back through them, but for me,
I agree with C, and I don't agree with D.
Okay. So
I think mine would be E would be the next one to come out.
Okay.
Well, and right now I think I'm a pretty big battle between.
It's a horse race between A and B.
A and B.
So I think
so. This would be my third place, obviously. So
Okay.
I think that's pretty easy to determine.
Yeah. And so and E would be my third. Now, do you have any guesses on what all these are? Do we want to do that?
I did earlier, and now I forgot what my guesses were. So.
I'll go through it here real quick. I think this A is Little Book. I think B is Hard Truth. I think C is Green River. I think D is New Riff. And I think E is Old Overholt.
Okay,
there's no way that is right.
That's pretty eerie.
Is that what you thought it was?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Let me think of what this one is.
I always jump. See, that's the problem. Is I always jump to that. I always jump to like conclusions real quick.
So Little Book.
It's got this bubblegummy.
New Riff.
Oh, you think
that's
New
what
Riff?
you thought was New Riff?
No, I think New Riff is D.
Okay.
I think B is Hard Truth, which good timing for me to say that my favorite of these is probably B. I love the coffee note.
Yeah.
There's this coffee and chocolate note.
Yeah.
I
think you hit it. I think you're right.
Okay. I hope so, because I'm gonna look like an idiot.
But I'm not gonna. God, I gotta go back to A. I think A wins for me. But
gosh,
let me see. I want one more taste here.
So the only thing is I really, really love A. Initially, and still,
I think you get more on the palate on B.
Yes. Yeah. And then, but I scored both of them on the palate as 4. They're 4 for different reasons.
But going back through,
yeah,
I think
right.
Let me do this again.
And then the nose on A left me wanting just a touch more, and that nose on B is just that's heavenly.
Yeah. Well, and I get that coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That coffee note.
It's just like an espresso.
It coats your whole
and then
mouth.
there's that coffee is in the front, and it is attached to just a really rich rye spice.
And it lingers forever.
This finish is still going.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Okay.
I am going.
So we have a consensus.
Yes, I think you're right on your picks too.
I hope so. I hope so. Did we put the? Yeah. I'll let you do the unveiling here.
Okay, so A was Little Book.
All right, I'm good. One for one. I'm 1 for 1.
B was Hard Truth.
Okay, I'm 2 for 2.
C was Green River.
All right, I'm 3 for 3.
D, New Riff.
Oh man!
Old Everholt was the last one. Oh my God!
That's the first time I've ever been able to do that.
I wish I would have went first. But
Yeah.
I was going to guess the same thing. And I was like, what?
I believe you.
I would
believe you.
But I had it mumble jumbled after we started pushing stuff out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll let you go first. I was like, oh man, no, that's awesome.
Oh, that is awesome. That's the first time I've ever done that. I've never been able to guess. The best I could ever do was 2 out of 4, and I just got all 5. And you got all 5. All right, so here it is. So this is our the bourbon pour. This was a consensus.
Mm-hmm.
It was close. The consensus rye of the year for the bourbon pour is the Hard Truth Master Distillers Reserve Sweet Mash Rye. So this is batch number 3. Batch size only 20 barrels into this thing. It is 115 proof. Full disclosure, Hard Truth gave us this bottle as a media bottle. That did not impact our opinion whatsoever, because this was completely blind. My wife Erica poured this for us, but both of us said that this was just a phenomenal bottle.
I just remembered the chocolate espresso and the elements and then the spice that lingered forever.
Yeah.
This is a $95 bottle, I believe.
Yeah, so it's up there.
But it is worth every penny.
But when you compare it to Little Book that was second, I think, is 150.
Yeah, 150, 100. Yeah, I think it was.
If you find it for MSRP,
right.
That might be marked up.
Right.
That when you do it that way.
And they were close, and that saves you $60.
Yeah.
And that's what's better.
Yeah, and it's better. And although two different profiles.
Right.
So this is available at the distillery. I think
it's a limited release in a few states.
Yeah, and then I think it is at your local liquor store. So real quick, I want to talk about the mash bill. So this is 20% of the RW3 chocolate malt, 50% of the RW4 chocolate malt, and 30% RW6 malted rye. So it's also malted. Everything's malted in this. 115 proof. This is selected by the master distiller. This is his blend, Brian Smith.
Brian Smith, yeah.
Hey, you know what?
If you've not checked out Hard Truth, you need to check them out.
Yeah.
If you've not seen our other video, the 4-grain did awesome. In our bourbon blind and our end of the year, and they just put out some great stuff. Their sweet mash rye is amazing. They're just crushing it.
Yeah. So. Let's talk about Hard Truth for a minute for 2024. This year in February, they released their first ever 3 bourbons. So there was the sweet mash bourbon, a 90 proofer, and then they had 2 bottled in bonds, the 4-grain and the wheated. The wheated's phenomenal. A small independent craft distillery putting out bottled and bond products.
Right, and their standard offerings are in the $40 to $50 range.
Yeah,
so good price. Yeah. Good price point.
They had they're coming off the heels of 2023. They had the 4 finished rye whiskeys. They released a double oak rye whiskey. They released another batch of the chocolate malt, and then they released this blended Master Distiller's Reserve blend. So it's been a great year for Hard Truth. As 2 people from Indiana who live about 45 minutes from the distillery, we're super proud of that fact. And you actually really lobbied to have this bottle included in this list. I would have maybe picked the chocolate malt release this year, but I'm glad that you put this one in because
that's phenomenal. Yeah.
And I cannot believe that we guessed all of them. How does that work? How does that happen? But anyway,
I guess rye. Maybe there's more things that's
differentiating factors
that you remember than bourbon. So
and I feel that way.
Do give traditional elements.
Yeah.
Sometimes ryes give you an oddity.
Kind of bounce around.
Right. Well, in Little Book, like I said, right off the bat, it exploded.
Yeah.
And that's what every time I drink Little Book, it explodes, and I'm like, oh, I can't put my finger on that.
Yeah.
But this did not.
Right.
This gave me
was up front.
Oh yeah. I love that element.
Up front with that espresso coffee chocolate note. And don't get it wrong, folks. Every single bottle in this,
these are all phenomenal.
Just all phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even the Green River that was last. This is a $35 bottle. Try to go to bat against a $70, $100, $95, and a $150 bottle. So it kind of wasn't fair for poor Green
Still
River.
Want to put the little guy in there, though.
But I would buy Green River Rye over and over again.
Every day.
Yeah. So all right. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed our bourbon of the year and rye whiskey of the year. Let us know your favorites of the year and what you think. So, but we're going to close this episode the same way that we always do. First, we're going to say Merry Christmas to all of the viewers. Really appreciate the support this year. Hopefully, Christmas time is a great time to cherish your family and friends. We hope that you do that this year, and we hope that you share your whiskey with your family and friends this holiday season. So enjoy them and enjoy the holidays. But we're going to close this episode the same way that we always do, and that is when you're with your family and your friends, always share your whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to Hard Truth. Phenomenal.